LD, this is a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be getting the limelight doing the intro all the time.
Okay.
LD, it's on you, man. We're gonna alternate international, right? No one's actually like the leader. We are a pair. Let's go, LD. You in charge.
You're just tired and don't want to do
No,
it.
fuck you then. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International Series number 11. It is the last series of the day, mTw versus Dare. I'm pumped up, LD's pumped up. We're casting, both of us from dotacommentaries.com. I hope you guys are enjoying the action today so far. We're going to close at home, and we are ready to give you a closer that is worth screaming about.
You know, Lumi promised me that I'd get to the intro, then he rips it out from under me. What a surprise, but no, really, man. Who cares who does the intro? mTw up against Dare. Two European teams. I think especially for mTw, people had really big expectations for them coming into this event. So far, neither team having a great showing in Group B. The ban's happening quickly. I think at this point, for a lot of the teams, fatigue will become a factor. So many matches, such a long day. But they're still going to give it their all. These matches, even though they might be tired, are equally important for the teams. Darkseer slips through, Dare snapped that one up, and the question now becomes, what can mTw get in the return? If they want the Invoker and the Prophet, two heroes they love to play, those are available. Prophet to start it off, but how are they going to follow it up? We'll find out soon. Tinker as well, that might be the other hero that mTw have their eyes on.
Yeah, mTw Tinker is absolutely no joke, but I do think they pick it on third, but I mean, this is the second and the third pick that's going to be coming up. I think they might wait a little bit on that, but just going back to the previous point, you're saying, yeah, man, a game's a game, a point's a point. It doesn't matter if you take it the first match of the day, or the last match of the day. You got to have the same composure. mTw, they've been in this situation before. They have won tournaments, even from like the loser brackets. They have gone all the way top to win it. So I know they'll be poised. Synderen's team does not mess around.
Well, I accidentally disconnected from the game, so I can't talk about what's going on in the draft right now.
Hopefully you could.
I am reconnecting. Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
I'm back in, and it is the Invoker, so not going for the Tinker here. Although, why do they have a third pick? It's telling me that mTw's pick is next. Am I seeing things?
Yeah, I think you are, Chris. Probably because you disconnected and came back.
Yeah, probably a visual bug.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't think we have pointed this one out yet, but Dare and their Razor tag, I love it. I mean, I think more teams should do this, right? R-A-Z-E-R. It's.
I just think it's funny how it was Dare, and then the sponsor's like, "That's so cool. How about you use our name instead?" Yeah, buddy. Chen is the pick here for mTw. Really strong push, and Prophet, Chen, Invoker, if he goes for Forward Spirits, can add a lot to that push as well. And this team, if they get it, I mean, I really think Tinker's got it. In fact, he's already banned even before the words come out of my mouth. Wisp is going to be banned from mTw. I believe Dare has been running this in the tournament. Whenever you run a Prophet, Wisp can really punish him with the global gank. Prophet off on his own, farming, pushing a tower. Guess what? Wisp comes in with a buddy. Easy kill secured. Even with the Chen to try and help is usually not enough. So I like the ban. A little bit unorthodox, but I think it's something Dare would like to run. Dare have a couple of heroes, even if their supports and Leshrac and Rubik need a lot of farm, need a lot of levels. Where do they go with their last two picks? How do you think they're going to land this? I
mean, you never really know with Dare, right? They are a team that is not afraid to do crazy strategy. We've seen Dare to do 4 carry strats and 1 support. We've seen them go all over the place. But with their kind of lineup, I like them. I know they like to do somewhat of a greedy lineup. They like to pick heroes that require a lot of EXP, a lot of farm, and they try to get it via getting a lot of kills. Now, I'm not sure if you want to do it against mTw, who is known for being defensive, known for have powerful counter ganks, and they have the Prophet, they have the Chen, right? They have the heroes to deal with that aggression. I think they could go with a couple AoE heroes as well, because you have Darkseer, you have Leshrac, and you have Rubik to kind of ward off any TIE pick or any Brewmaster pick from the enemy hero. I feel like if Dare goes for a very greedy AoE-based lineup, they should be fine. But that's just my guess.
Yeah, well, if they want to do that, Enigma's banned. Who is left in this pool? Storm Spirit's available, and that's a hero that I could definitely see Dare running, especially when you have G on your team. I mean, a signature, if there's ever a signature hero for him, it's got to be Storm. Queen of Pain available as well, and Windrunner 2. 3 really strong solo heroes. For mTw, they already have 2 heroes that will almost certainly be soloing, probably Prof in the offlane and Invoker mid. They still have room for 1 more farmer, and then a support of some kind for them. For Dare, yeah, I mean, I think Queen of Pain, Storm, or Windrunner would all fit pretty well to their lineup. I think Storm is maybe more their style, but any of those would be a great choice. But they're gonna head off or hold off on that decision for now. Instead, they go for Tide. There's your initiation. There's your setup for Leshrac. There's your big team fight presence with that Ravage to sort of lock everyone down. And mTw, good defensive capabilities, but still rather squishy in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, this really reminds me of a lineup that mTw picked earlier in this tournament, the game that we cast. I think they had a Brewmaster, they had a Shadow Shaman by synderen, and also had a TIE Hunter, right? During the pick draft stage, we were like, oh man, that's scary. How are they going to actually, how is the enemy team actually going to deal with all those AoE ultimates? And one of the things that we learned as we cast through the game was the fact that synderen and his team needed level 6, and they took them so long to get that level 6, where by the time they went to their AoE combo, it wasn't as effective. But here, I think it's a different story. There, I mean, even though Darkseer needs the high level vacuum to be truly effective, Rubik is very combat worthy early. Leshrac, same thing. Tied with the Gush, I mean, we saw the Leshrac tie combo that killed Black over and over and over again on his lone draw in the bot lane. In that game, if you still remember, LD, it's been a long day. But it's a strong, powerful killing combo. But no time to talk about that. Enchantress to close out the pick here for Dare, and Venomancer as a fourth pickup for mTw. mTw is back to them. They have about a full 1.5 minutes to think about this last pick.
Look at Dare's team fight now. It's a vacuum, it's a Ravage, it's Leshrac with the big AoE. Rubik can steal some great spells. He's also got decent AoE with Fadebolt in his own right. Even Enchantress provides some damage. But they don't have a single big damage dealer. For me, Dare's lineup right now, the team fight's good, but they have to get this Leshrac farm. He is the primary damage dealer. He's the hero that mows down towers. It cannot. I don't see a support Leshrac working with this lineup. I just think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him in this game. I guess the alternative is get a lot of farm on Enchantress, but she's not a flash farmer. She's generally not a very high impact hero compared to Leshrac. So I'm almost certain it's going to be a farming Leshrac, and he's got to get big, because if he doesn't, and mTw go for a hard carry, which I think they have their eyes on. Maybe something like an anti-mage. They've certainly run that before. That's going to be trouble. But Dare do have a big team fight presence. They have really strong lanes, pretty well-rounded lineup, but not going to scale that well into the late game unless Leshrac gets really big.
Right, and you were talking about Leshrac getting the farm. I mean, there is one player on this team, G in particular. He does play that farm with Leshrac, and he plays it beautifully. And we've been talking about this every time we cast. They are a team that runs their offense through G. If G gets farm, anti-mage is the last pick, like LD predicted. If G gets farm, he is gonna just roller coaster out of control, especially when you're receiving things like Surge and Vacuum to set up your splitter. It's going to be insane, but no, they are going to run G on the Rubik. So a high impact hero, very similar to Sing Sing in the previous game. Most likely it's going to be going mid, but for now, it is mTw sucks anti-mage that I'm really worried about.
I like this actually because that means puts Artstyle on the safe lane, and he can also really push that hard, especially with Enchantress coming out. It's a lot harder to defend that side lane, especially the off lane. I suppose they could offensive tri-lane. That's something we should mention as well. I'm not sure they will, but we saw against DK, Burning's farm was shut down early. The problem is, if you leave that tri-lane and you've killed the tier 1, all of a sudden it's just a lane close to the tier 2, harder to gank, easier from the farm. So actually, that is the right side. Let's go ahead and introduce the players. Don't forget to print up the last hits and dies. Sockshka going to be playing the anti-mage, fckingmad on the Venomancer, Kebap going to be playing the Chen, synderen on his Invoker, looks to be a Wex Invoker from the item selection there, with the Blades of Attack picked up. And funzii in the off lane, going to be playing that Prophet. Dare, all 5 heroes grouped up, they're heading top.
Yeah, you know, if they find a opening to get a kill, they will actually look for it, but most of this is basically placing a couple of very aggressive ward, perhaps even behind the tower, if they wanted to go for early dives. And against the anti-mage, you probably want to do that. But for now, it's fun handling the TIE Hunter. He's on the support, he's got a couple of wards, and, well, are they going to gush opening? They actually, if they want it, they have to go for fckingmad. Ooh, what a long range of that Gale. That one hit, no problem there. Goblack's going to be playing the Enchantress, Artstyle, handling the farming Leshrac. Mag is going to be playing the Darkseer. I think they leave Mag up top. No. Mag's going to go all the way to the bot lane here. And of course, G on that mid lane.
It is going to be the offensive tri-lane. It looks like it anyway, from the way they're dispersing. Is it a dual lane? No, there's got to be someone else here backing him up. Funnick is going to play Subtle Ward. Now he heads back top. This lane, it's got some good offensive capabilities. Very, very squishy heroes, though. Leshrac and Enchantress. Tidehunter is no Earthshaker, not the strongest defensively. Gale, very good ability in these dual or tri-lane situations. DD Rune going to be picked up by Sockshka, by fckingmad. They're just going to leave it there, maybe trying to bait. In the end, Dare is going to back off. Look at the wards from mTw. Dare is running a tri-lane in the dark. And how many times have we seen tri-lanes in the dark just completely fall apart? So easy for the ganks to come from Kebap with the Chen. So easy for these heroes not to just be able to see kills, not to know when the camp is being pulled. mTw already, I would say they're off to a great start just because of all this vision and control they have over the top lane.
I love the fact that right now you can see that fckingmad standing in position, make sure that this camp, this high-level camp does not spawn. And that means that Enchantress basically have no chance. She has no business being in this lane. Also, the quick D ward behind the tier 1 tower, that ward actually just basically kills their whatever offensive capability they want to get from this tri-lane, they're not getting it. And you can see immediately Goblins back in the defensive jungle. So this tri-lane is not really a tri-lane anymore, and I think Sock should be fine now.
Is this the right decision? I really think Darkseer will be absolutely fine up in the top lane, and I don't see what they're getting out of this tri-lane to justify doing it. A little pressure on the Sock, but to me, honestly, Ion Shell is probably going to do more to harass him. I did force a massive ward investment out of mTw. I suppose that has to be mentioned, but there's only a Gale. There's really no way to try and lock the play. Still, sockshka taking a lot of damage level 2. I think he's been a little too aggressive here. He was not pulled. He was not pulled regen. He did not start with a poor man's shield. Probably should not be trying to last hit so much unless the creeps are under his tower. With those creeps there, Edict already picked up by artstyle. Surprised he's not using it. Could easily be doing a lot of damage to this tower. In comes Kebap, maneuvering around, finagling for an opportunity here. Creep gets stolen back by Kebap. Yep, stolen back by Kebap after GoBlack took it.
The Centaur sets up the splitter for the artstyle. Artstyle is going to be edicting. He's going to grab himself a first blood action, fast and furious. GoBlack's going to be taking some right hit. Sock, though, he's taking quite a lot as well. There's going to be a last hit, but the splitter, the second one hits. It's an 8-second cooldown, ladies and gentlemen. Artstyle hits them 2 in a row. And that's 2 kill, including getting first blood as well. Body block here against artstyle. They really want fckingmad to get in range for the Gale. It's a net cooling down very soon. Yes, it is. The Gale is going to hit. Anti-mage will try to blink in. Is he level 2 though? Yes, he is. He's looking to go for it. Artstyle blink in. And is he? No! Funnick says no! Wow.
Big deny from Funnick. Great play there from him. Still, it's a 2-for-2 trade, but really it's not. I guess it's a 2-for-1. First blood goes towards artstyle. Oh man, yeah, 2-for-1 in favor of Darren. And I get the first blood. I didn't expect this tri-lane to really do too well. They don't have vision. They're playing against an anti-mage very strong defensively. Same with the Venomancer, but like you said, all set up by that Centaur stomp and the splitter to follow on top of it. Funnick TPing for bottom rune, or funzii rather, is going to pick that one up, denying it to G. Big rune pickup there, because with the haste rune, that could easily be a kill coming onto the bottom lane. So nice job there. funzii defending himself, also dying G. Overall, we haven't really talked about the 2 dual lanes, or the 2 1v1s. Let's do that real quickly. No, just kidding. Let's not do that real quickly, because Dare is pressuring this top lane, working towards locking down the tower quite early. And mTw, there's not much they can do about it right now, especially with sockshka not even having a poor man shield, taking so much right-click damage from artstyle.
Back in the mid lane here, you want to talk about this lane, but G is facing a lot of harass. In terms of CS check, we have 12 on G. Synderen's got 9, but 6 denies. So I gotta say, I even want to favor it a little bit towards Synderen. His denies are going to be absolutely crucial. On the bot lane, it is Darkseer versus funzii. Darkseer's been jungling a little bit, but he is still leading in terms of chart his tower, taking a little bit of damage. No big deal. Leshrac fighting up on top, and Edict is doing a lot of damage. And Sock in the middle of everything. There's a TP in from funzii. The Sprout on the ground, blocking off the retreat path. Sick play here from funzii, but will that be enough? A splitter is already off cooldown, but he's not going to be casting for now. Meanwhile, we do have Rubik fighting over the rune control. Suddenly, just action happening absolutely everywhere.
I guess there's a party in the top lane, and pretty much everybody was invited, because it's just non-stop action on this lane. The Prophet can be that big +1. He's only level 4, but if he's able to hit 6, that is going to do so much work. That ultimate bouncing through, especially on artstyle and the Enchantress being played by Goblin, but even to a lesser degree, that Tidehunter, it will hurt him quite a bit. So for me, that's the big thing right now. funzii's got to get 6 ASAP, then Dara's aggression can easily be mitigated. But if he leaves that lane, Mag is a hero that can easily push the tower down, so it's not easy. It's going to be pressure all over the map, exactly how Dara liked to play it. Kebap stunned up. I believe that was his own creep stolen and used against him there. Yeah, in fact, Goblin did just steal it. Great little play, but stole it immediately back by Kebap. My favorite part of Dota. Creep wars in the top lane. They get the tier 1. First blood as far as towers go is claimed by Dare. And here's the thing. Are they going to back off? This would probably be a mistake. We saw it really helped out Bernie where they knock down this tier 1 and then just leave, but it doesn't look like Dara's going to do that.
This is very reminiscent of game number 1. I think DK's enemy took a little bit longer to push it down, but Sock right now, with that tower being pushed down, a lot of people think about tower push down means good, but against the anti-mage, you got to keep up the pressure, and that's exactly what Dare is doing right now. Give anti-mage no farm at all, and he has to basically back off. Now, Dare's got to be somewhat careful. They got to replace a couple of wards, perhaps have one right here on the ground that Enchantress is currently on. They got to really see the ganks coming from the mid lane, because that is a Prophet, that is Invoker. He could easily walk up on top. He chooses to miss mid lane, though. The Gale not going to be in position to hit. G just run out barely, though.
Yeah, TP gets canceled by funzii. Definitely thinking about going in. Fighting over these neutral creeps, which Mag is stacking and farming. Mag just being so efficient, but up top it is Sockshka trying to kill out a creep. No, Goblin denies that. Man, the level of play from these teams, absolutely out of this world. Gale is going to hit on Goblin. He's got the heal. Gush going on to fckingmad. fckingmad is overextended, and in comes the Edict. The big damage. This could easily be 2 if he hits a split earth. No, not going to find it. Sockshka, the cold snap, the right clicks, they bring him down. Now Goblin, the next in line to fall. Synderen with the big rotation. Sprout as well. They respawn in 8 seconds. The perfect block! Perfect by, oh man, funzii.
Whoa.
Buddy. Great play there. Gets another kill. 6-5. So back and forth. But look at that gold grab. Dare is just massively out-farming mTw. 1 tower claim. That accounts for about 1,000 of the gold lead. But then there's another 2k purely from getting more creeps and getting that first blood on their side. I
like to remind everybody that's watching at home that this is actually 12 hours after the TI2 group stage has started. mTw and of course Dare, both teams playing like this is the best Dota of their life. They're not fatigued by long hours of play. Wow, this play, I mean, the deny at the first blood, or deny against the poison early on, using tree blocks, stealing the creep to immediately stun, just all the levels of high play. But like I mentioned earlier, they really needed ward to spot at the rotation coming from mid to top. They didn't have it, and Invoker was able to get a lot of kills because of that.
Yeah, Prophet, though, while he leaves the lane, that means Mag's just happily farming away. At the rate he's going, he's just about got a hood. He's not far off a pipe after that. And a pipe, mid lane, Synderen thrown back, the perfect Centaur stop. Cold Snap used against him. Synderen actually hurting himself by being in the game and using abilities. Will get up and bring him down. Oh, he's so low and he lives. That sucks if you're on Dare. But in the end, Synderen lives to fight another day.
Phase boot Invoker is very, very difficult to gank. Now funzii back on the bot lane after pulling some high skill move. We'll be on the bot and try to stop Mag, but Mag at this point, 47 CS leading the game, and there's no one even close to him at this point. Of course, Prophet will catch up later with multiple uses of Graph of Nature. And also, this is something that we see a lot from teams that do run Venomancer. Once you still need to put him in the mid lane, just give him the lane. He's going to farm up to 7 and suddenly become a lot more effective as a hero.
Yeah, speaking of effective, blink in from Sockshka. There's the Edict damage, the Prophet ult bouncing through. Tornado hits on 2. This is going to be a double, almost certainly. Funnick, only level 5 anti-mage jolt. Oh no, Funnick turns it around. He's got Ravage. Using it would be a mistake, but he's going to drop it anyway. Maybe not though. In comes Goblin, looking for Synderen. Are they going to turn this Ravage into something? Nope. He does save his own life, but I'm not sure it's quite worth it. In comes the rotation. G with a DD, looking for some kills. Synderen hoofing it out of there. No, stops, turns around, and that might give G the opening he needs. He spots them out. He wants Kebap. Will he be able to get him? The phase boots closing the gap. Or no, sorry, those are arcane boots. Pulls it back in. Where's the fade bolt? Turns around, switches directions. Anti-mage ult canceled by the tornado. 1 kill claim for Sockshka. Call it 2. He's gonna get the double. Is he gonna last hit it? No. funzii steals it, but Dare overextend and mTw punish them. And that means lots of space now for this anti-mage to farm up in the top lane.
Well, anti-mage getting those 2 kills is absolutely critical, but Mag makes the best of it with artstyle. They're pushing on the bot tower. Edict already cooled down the second time, and they will do quite a bit of damage. Here comes a TP. If that Gale hits, it's going to be huge. The Gale will hit for sure. Artstyle wants to stay and fight. Vacuum, Spurf on top of everything. The Hand of God keeping Synderen alive, at least for now. The right click coming in. Synderen should be fine. He's phasing out now. Mag is going to get kited all day long. There's a surge. Where's the tornado? Artstyle looking for the snazzy ninja kill. Not going to get it for now. Funnick wishes he has Ravage at this point. Not going to have it, but Anchor Smash should do most of the work. Oh, War Block! Funnick's going to go down. Test of Fame kill. Everything hits. My god, mTw showing why they are winning tournaments after tournaments.
You just can't be this aggressive against the Prophet. Once he hits 6, that ult bounces through. Invoker so good at turning fights on with EMP, Tornado, Cold Snap, the mobility. Anti-Mage so difficult to kill. Even Venomancer very strong defensively. And don't forget about the Chen. You cannot sleep on him with the heal, the ability to send the team back to base. You called it in the pregame, Lumi. They have a lot of defensive capabilities. As good as Derek can be offensively, right now that defense is just a bit too strong. And I also want to point out, G, he's been doing well in mid. He's got a lot of farm, but he just hasn't found too many openings to contribute to the team. Only 2-1. They need more out of this Rubik. It's just not enough right now.
Yeah, he pops his Invis. He sees Anti-Mage very low. He sees funzii as well. Is he going to cancel the telekinesis? Funzii cancel it himself. Maybe he's going to go for Anti-Mage. If you pick up Anti-Mage, he's basically dead. At the very least, you can steal his blink, right, and keep chasing. But for now, he sees a lot of rotation coming in. It's synderen that he sees, and it's synderen that you don't really want to fight. Edict being dropped here. Artstyle. Is there Ravage back up? It's back up! He's not casting it just right now. Oh no, fckingmad gets picked up. He gets tossed back as well. Gush is going to be cooling down in just a moment in time, and that should be it. No Ravage being used. Well, that's...
Wanted the AM, but AM is going to skirt on out of there. Escapes. They still get 1 kill. If they get this tower, I call it worth it, even though it's really an excessive use of the Ravage. That's okay. Earn picked up. Perfect item to have when you're playing this game. Sure, you might be dying a lot, but those spammable heals so big. Kebap, really? You think you can farm near your own base? Think again, because in comes Funnick, the M, the big burst. Sockshka blinks in. He's got the Mana Void, but no item scale is going to hit on Goblin. No heal. Will take a fall here. Will Sockshka get it? He will. Cleans it up with the ultimate. And again, Derek finding kills, but trading away a bunch of their own. Where is that net? Net cooling down. TP out from that Tidehunter. I gotta say, I mean, I talked about Rubik needing to get involved. The other hero who's not really been contributed to the team, it's Darkseer, who has a completed pipe at 12 minutes in. This could be huge if he joins these fights.
And here's a scary thing, right? Darius actually fighting on a very even footing without the Darkseer. That's one of their best teamfight hero, and they don't have it, and they're actually fighting this even. If Darkseer joined the teamfight with Vacuum Ravage, this could get ugly really, really fast. Also, in those small-scale engagement, can you imagine how valuable Surge would have been chasing in, running back out? I think once Surge joins this teamfight, it's not Surge, once Darkseer joins the teamfight with a full pipe ready, Team fight could get pretty ugly for mTw.
And look at all the core. I mean, look at the gold graph. Good lord. Sometimes it doesn't tell the story, but this game it most certainly does. 5k, in fact, closer to 6k gold lead. And really, the core heroes for mTw have nothing. Midas up on Prophet, that's it. Anti-Mage with Treads, Invoker with Phase Boots, Bracer, and a Magic Wand. These heroes need so much more than that. And it's going to take them forever and an age to get it. At least if Dare keep the pressure up, which I expect they will. This is Dare we're talking about after all. Mag and Artstyle in the bottom lane. Could see a surge into a big split earth, but no, they're not going to go. Well, as long as they continue to slow roll it, that gives time for mTw. But with the pipe up, I really think Dare can just start pushing down towers. Maybe wait for the Ravage to cool down. It is only 20 seconds away. This tower will be claimed by Artstyle. No, the deny attempt, not finding it, but synderen certainly made a good effort there. Will they even back off? They might even be able to breach high ground with a pipe this quick. And Ravage, Vacuum. There is no wall. That's the one big thing they're missing right now.
They're definitely going to stay, and let's see how much they're going to get. Meanwhile, though, Anti-Mage and Prophet on the top is going to work on that tower a little bit here. But right now, with Pipe and Ravage ready to go, yeah, Dare is going to breach high ground. 14 minutes in the game. The blink in here from G. They're going to pull synderen back. Where's the Ravage? Not going to be casting it right now. That's one kill for free. Synderen, does he have buyback? If he does, he's not using it. He does not have the buyback. And for now, Mech, again, you talked about the Mech, there's still the Pipe, and I think they're going to stay. They're going to keep on staying and try to see how much more they can get.
Oh, they can just rinse and repeat, too, because G has Blink. I mean, I was about to say it in the draft, and then we got sidetracked, went on to other topics. But picking Anti-Mage can be a huge double-edged sword. We've seen waveforms powerful in Rubik, and this is something you discussed earlier today. Whenever you pick Rubik, picking certain heroes really ends up helping the team at the Rubik, maybe more than getting that hero helps your own team. Blink on G. Who needs Blink Daggers? Who needs 4 stabs? They already had. Who needs Vacuum for that matter? Well, it's still a great ability, but they have so much initiation with this Blink up on him. Everybody by mTw, even though they're not dying, they are all in the base. They're all defending. Anti-Mage isn't farming. Prophet isn't leaving the base. Dare had firm control over this game, but they still have not won it yet. We've seen it before. Prophet, AM, Invoker, Chen, great turtling heroes, great at punishing overextensions. Dare ahead, but they have to close. They have to seal the deal. They're not done yet.
Well, I mean, if you want to think about comebacks, we just witnessed a crazy comeback from Mountain Sport, so you should never count out a game. But for now, they're holding their big advantage. The gold chart slowly creeping up right now, and they want the tier 2 mid. Can they get it? Again, Ravage is still up. That vacuum Ravage combo is going to be good the entire game. EMP is going to drain half of G as well as Goblin's mana, but they're going in relentlessly. Venomancer is going to see a War. Max surging up for War, but unfortunately unable to get off a vacuum. Slow siege on this tower, and that's going to give a lot of time for fckingmad to set up so many wards. Look at the Treant party, the Chen Creep party, the War party, and I think this is time for the Radiant back off. No, they're going to stay their ground. Wow.
No, they're not going to back off. They have multiple Arcane Boots. They have the Pipe Up. They have the Mech. I mean, why leave? You don't have to. You have a mobile team-wide fountain, and it's the right play by mTw. They want to try and spread the map. They want Dare to get the hell off of this middle lane. Wards littering. I mean, everywhere. Just wards galore. They're trying their best to slow this down. They have a great defensive lineup, a great lineup to try and slow down the push. But Dare have so much to keep them beefed up, keep them alive. They might be forced back, though. It seems like the Plague Wards are doing the job. The EMP Tornado as well. funzii working on the top tower. And maybe Dare are forcing a bit too early. I think a smoke gank, maybe try and set up some kills, then you go for the push. That's probably the recipe for success. Funnick TP's in top. Push over. Crisis averted for mTw. But will it only be momentarily?
Man, I thought we were casting a TVT on that, man. It was like Siege Tank versus Siege Tank, everybody sieging on both sides, but on the bot lane here, Glyph gets popped, Mag, he's chasing. Oh, well, he sees funzii, and now funzii really in the wrong neighborhood, and he's going to be basically dead. There you go.
Big kill there, 2200 gold. I'm guessing it'll be a quick sight device. I mean, whatever he wants to go for, he just about had the gold to get that first big component, or maybe even more if it's something like a Necro Book. He's not far off of having it, but that will slow him down. The Midas cooling down as well, so he's not actually going to miss out on a Midas cooldown, but still a nice pickup. Leshrac TP's in, man. He needs backup. EMP, no, just the Tornado. They are afraid of this rotation coming in from Goblin and G. Normally, Artstyle TPing in like that would probably die, but he is getting some items up. Bracer as well as a drum. Cheap, cost-effective items. I talked about the urn earlier. This fits in as well. Anything that you can just get now to make something happen.
Yeah, and now is, well, you got to live in the moment. Am I right? Especially for Dare, if they're going for this kind of early pocket pushing strat. I won't even call it pocket strat. I mean, they've been executing it so well. And
this is Dare Dota. This is a little, might be more pushing oriented than what we normally see, but this is how they like to play.
Yep, definitely that's the case. It's so odd that Mag was not joining the fights before for such a long time as a Darkseid, but no big deal. Is it? Oh no! Our Chen player went for the freaking Dark Troll Warlord denied. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the attack animation off. But right now, Dare is getting everything they want. I think they're going to go up on the high ground once again and see how luck fares them this time.
This anti-mage is starting to find something. Sockshka's a vitality booster up. Will he go for a Vanguard? I think in this game you really need that split push. Even if it's late, I feel Battle Fury and Prophet maybe getting Aghanims. Those are going to be the two main ways to stall out. Even if he gets a Vanguard, how is he going to fight? There's so much nuke damage, especially with Artstyle, and as well as Darkseer having that wall. Oh, synderen, caught out. Drop the Ravage already, Funnick. There you go. Hits on 2. Vacuum back in. But look at the damage. The mic and the pipe were late, and it looks like Dare have overextended. Anti-Mage joins the fight. Artstyle the first to fall. Everyone from Dare backs off.
Wow.
Really overextending that. Chen just doing so much work right now.
Man, earlier you were saying, you know, if Dare don't get the push off, mTw's going to get the time. At the back of my mind, I was like, I don't think mTw's going to have time because, sure, they're having time, they're staying alive in the game, but they're using their time resources to defend towers. They're actually not farming. That was 5-7 minutes ago. Now looking back, I think too much time was given, at least to Sock. He's actually got the Vanguard. He's picking up the Voice Zone, so we are going to see a Battle Fury. I mean, Vanguard into a Battle Fury is a build that we don't see too often, but in a game like this, I think it's warranted because the aggression is too much. It's forcing Sock to get that extra HP. The Battle Fury is going to be delayed, but like LD talked about, you actually need the counter pushing, you need the creep clearing ability of Anti-Mage, and make him a threat in terms of, you know, against enemy towers.
I mean, that's how Dare win this game. Anti-Mage split pushes, Prophet stalls for that Anti-Mage. Tornado on the middle lane, Artstyle is thrown up in the air, they're not going to engage. The rest of the team basically sit back. I wouldn't quite call it a 4 protect 1. It's more like a Prophet and Anti-Mage just be total nuisances until they get big enough to win the game. whatever the technical term for that strategy is. But that's how they want to play this. I think he should have just picked up a Perseverance and not bothered to complete the Vanguard. I don't really know what the damage block does for you, but either way, he is going for the Battle Fury. That is the main point here. That's the big takeaway. Funnick on the middle lane, trying to pressure close to a blink. Is that something you want to wait for? He's been hitting not the best Ravages. He got 2 in that last fight. I thought the Ravage was fine there. But we saw it in previous games today. Sometimes you really just need that 3, 4, 5 hero Ravage to win a fight.
Well, I mean, there's Vacuum. I feel like they're pushing, but do they really need to at this moment? I feel like they give it at least 2 or 3 minutes. I know perhaps you're not agreeing with me. There's a sense of urgency. Whenever you play this kind of pushing lineup, especially against an anti-mage, someone that could push very well as a carry that could out-DPS you in the late game, especially there's a Prophet as well, there is a sense of urgency. I'm not sure whether it's right now, though. Especially after losing a push. I think they should perhaps go for a Roshan. It's, I think, well within the reach to push a lot, now back off a little bit, go for the Rosh. And it just adds small incremental advantage. I feel like that if you keep charging up the hill and you keep dying, you give Sock more and more time, and you're getting nothing in return.
You know, I completely agree with you. I think they shouldn't be pressing quite as much as they are now. I think there is urgency, but they just don't have what they need to go high ground. Pipe and mech, I mean, normally that is enough. Right. But in this game, they need more lockdown or they need more damage. So while that Ravage and the Split Earth are going off, they can get kills. It's either that or maybe just tank, but they need something more. Whether it's BKB up on Leshrac, Bloodstone will be the choice from him from the looks of things. Arcane Boots and Vitality Booster picked up. Probably will be a Bloodstone. It could be a BKB, but whatever he wants, he's got to farm that up. Enchantress still quite squishy, can be burst down very easily. Rubik, Force Staff Mechanism, but no Sight Device. Funnick, Blink Dagger is an option, not far off of it. So, I think Dare need to find something, or they need to get the pick off, and that's, that makes more sense. This is Dare, after all. They want to find the kills. That's how they want to try to win this game. Can they do it? It remains to be seen. But this team does not lack progression. They're going to find Synderen. Sentry Ward dropped almost before he actually is there. They do have a ward in the enemy jungle. Surprised mTw is not dewarded this. Normally they're very good about it, but that means an easy kill on the Invoker. Has buyback if he needs to use it. Definitely does not want to do so. Might be forced to here.
I think Dare is going to pop up the hill, and when they see the buyback, they should back off. I mean, you drain as much resource from Synderen as possible. You kill him once, you force a buyback, at least for now. There's a buyback. Are they going to stay their ground? Seems like that's the case. Glyph is going to be forced out as well, and now Goblik is staying for now, and they're backing off. Perfect play. Good read on the situation.
The Glyph used the buyback force, but that's okay. funzii pressuring bottom lane. Midas cooling down. Necro 3 almost picked up. And, Aghanims is one of the great items to stall the game, but Necro 3 perhaps a little bit better, at least for getting towers. Maybe not as good at clearing out the waves, but that's where AM with Battle Fury can compensate. And I like the Necro 3 choice. I think it's the other great option for him. Even so they get Sight Device, he could pretty much have it now, but I think this Necro 3 actually does more. Because they're still not winning a team fight for me, even with the Sight Device. The way they're winning this game is going to be that split push, and this is the perfect item to do it.
Well, NT Mage, Battle Fury farm check. He's got that 1200 go for the broadsword. I think he's saving for the Claymore first at 1400. It's just about there. He's just about there. But at this moment in the game, I think they're successful with the first smoke gank. Should look for a second one. There's no buyback on Synderen. Critically, there's no more Glyph. So any big damage, any big pick-off they could have right now, it's critical damage against mTw's face. But they're just farming right now.
We've seen, how many games have we seen, not just today, but over the past couple weeks, where, especially having a tanker, you just can't push. mTw, it's kind of the same thing. They don't have quite as much AoE to nuke you down, but they just have so many nuisance spells and so many heroes that can split push, stall the game out. You're right, it's a good time to go, but I just don't know if they have the horses to do it. I feel like a broken record at this point, but really it's just mTw is doing one thing. It's very simple strategically, which is push out those other lanes that the 5 heroes are not grouped up in. Prophet in one, Anti-Mage in the other, while the 5 heroes try to push and everyone stalls as long as possible. But with the Glyph down, a slip up here by mTw probably cost them racks. And a Force Staff up on Funnick, not a Blink Dagger, but this may be the opening they need. EMP Tornado gonna hit on 3. The push not over, but that's gonna force out a pipe and a mech very soon. Gale hit. Edict is gonna be chewing away on that tower. Mag in the front lines. The Gale gets dropped. The Nova as well. There's your wall. Something stolen from fckingmad. That is the Poison Nova. So they get the tower. They will back off. Are they doing it fast enough? It just might be fast enough. Split Earth on fckingmad. Are they gonna go in? They're not. They're a very patient play.
patient is one way to call it, but they're up against hill. That EMP tornado, when I first saw that thing hit, it's like a groan. It's like, oh man. Now you're draining like 400 of your mana. There's plague wards up the hill. They still have not used a ravage yet, and because of that, I think they could keep going. They are gonna mow down these wards. Don't let them keeping added to each other. Another EMP tornado. 35 seconds. 35 seconds.
Oh, this fight is so crucial. If Sockshka actually is able to live and get a kill or two, that's his battle fury. But it looks like they might lose the racks. AM won't use just to slow things down. Sockshka might take a fall here. Ravage blocking in place. Not sure he's the correct target to focus the Split Earth as well. Big mistake here in the focus fire. They go for Sockshka. They can't kill him. That Vanguard paying off big time. funnick wants fckingmad. Dare have overextended, but they do get the melee racks. It takes a fall in this fight. The big win here for mTw. Prophet ult bouncing through. Is it going to find funnick? It does not. It finds G. Look at the imp. Synderen just massacred. Funnick charges back in. Where are you going, man? I don't know. G on the back foot, surged away. Sockshka, one more Blake. It is not enough. G still running for his life. That is the fastest scurrying shitty wizard I've ever seen. But he's still 4 feet away. He is still living. One more blink, one more swipe. Sockshka gets the kill. That's the battle fury, but it came at the cost of a melee Rax.
Wow. Perhaps a Pyrrhic victory, but not if they get this Rax. I think get this Asia. I think one Rax down is completely fine. If Anti-Mage gets a Battle Fury and an Aegis of Immortal, that's okay. I think they're okay with that. I mean, they're going for the late game win anyways. They have Prophet, they have Venomancer. I think they can defend against one lane victory. But regardless, that's a lot more pressure. Next time when they're pushing mid or perhaps top, that's a big pressure they got to deal with as well. So it's not a clear win for either team, but I think they're happy with what they got. Well, at least until they see Battle Fury being complete on stock.
Yeah, I think both teams will feel like they sort of accomplished their goal there. mTw didn't lose the game, they didn't just flat out get beaten. But they do lose Rax, so they're going to be happy about that. Both teams can win this game. mTw, if the game goes on long enough, they're going to win. Dare, if they can find one more opening, if they can get a couple picks, knock down another lane of Rax. 2 lanes of Rax will be virtually impossible for Dare to recover, or for mTw to recover from.
I agree with that one here. Spliff is going to be urging Sock away. Right now, Teal Artstyle's got to be somewhat careful because there is a TP. There's a Prophet in the map, and he could always TP in a Sprout. You never know what's going to happen afterwards. But a 5-man gank on the top lane here. Anti-Mage perhaps in the wrong position. There's going to be a blink out. What did he see? Oh, it has to be a blink. He blinks forward. Telekinesis up. Oh, that Aegis might have been used very quickly, and he blinks out again. This is one of the most annoying thing about Anti-Mage's Spell Shield, Vanguard, Blink, High Armor. Like, it's just hard to gank him down.
Yeah, these kills are so hard to come by, even with a Rubik being able to secure Blink for himself. Oh, gee. He's got the ultimate orb up, looking towards the Scythe of Vice, and that might be the difference maker, because if they have that additional lockdown, then you're not going to be as easy to kill off. But here we go. 5 heroes grouped up for Dare, and what do you know? It's Anti-Mage mid, it is Prophet bottom. This is just the ultimate frustrating thing to deal with for Dare. They are going to get the tier 2 a little bit quicker, but now Sockshka starts knocking on the door mid. funzii sort of pressuring towards the door bottom, but Dare, they've had enough. There is still no glyph. Is there a Ravage up for funnick? There is. Ravage is up. All the big abilities are available, but funnick gets caught up by the Gale. The chain stun could do him in. No, 4-step away. Great little play there from him. They did use the pipe. The arcane boots have been used up. Artstyle really needs to back off. They hang on. Meanwhile, Sockshka gets a tier 2 mid, and now he's got a Yasha up. Getting close to that Manta style. That's going to be 3 pretty big items for him. And I feel if he gets that and maybe one more, that's going to be enough. But they're not there yet. They have to hang on just a bit longer. 5, maybe 10 minutes. That'll be it for mTw. Dare constantly pressuring. Mexican standoff. Both teams very artistically aligned in a line here. Or lined up in a row. Just sort of making it look pretty. But the wards are the big MVP right now. Stalling out that push.
Yeah, that push 10-20 seconds ago, that was the most critical moment because fckingmad had about 2 wards down, and the fact that mTw was hold on allowed to all these wards to be dropped down, suddenly it's such an uphill climb, such a difficult hill to climb when it comes down to pushing it. Oh, EMP Tornado, second run down, 35 seconds has been passed, another mana being drained by Artstyle. And again, I feel like funnick, he can jump in, but his team can't really follow. I get Mag and funnick has to both run in. But it's going to be hard. Look at how many treants, how many wards are in the way. They're going to be starting to be roadblocks. but here's what they have going for them. Radiant, they have they could take as long as they want because the creep is slowly pressuring. But look at funzii. So yeah, no problem. I got a teleport skill ready, so I'm gonna keep pushing out bot. All right, I take back what I say. They cannot take as long as they want. They gotta do it soon.
You know, if Artstyle had a BKB, I think they could just charge directly up the hill. But does he have a sight device? Whose items are those? No, that's G. G is very close to a sight device, I believe. In fact, I believe he has it. Just needs to go to the secret shop. Who's Mystic?
It's owned by Mag. It's owned by Mag. So it's a Shiva's guard that he's trying to get.
Ooh. That'll be a nice little pickup. I'm not sure.
It's no sight device, though.
It is no sight device.
It's not gonna win them the game like a Scythe on anti-mage would. So it's nice, it's cute, it's not enough.
It certainly looks good, but yeah, I agree. It's not enough. If Artstyle, I mean, how he can start
funzii on the bot lane here. Blinking from G. Necrobook gets popped. G losing mana big time right now. No telekinesis so far. There's a telekinesis, but he's on the run because funzii's Necro 3. They don't play around.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this item, is it also makes you very strong in a 1v1, especially against Dara's heroes. They don't really have that big right-click damage dealer, the man mode style hero who can just murder you in a 1v1 situation. Tornado, narrowly gonna miss. They want Artstyle, Poison Sting, slowing him down just a touch. There you go, Cold Snap as well. 4-step in, Ravage on 4, Egg Smash to follow. fckingmad takes the follow immediately. funzii will most likely be next in line. Artstyle though, dies too quickly, chewed up and spit out. Goblin may be the secret hero of this fight. Synderen sent back to base. Surgeon, gosh, on the kebab. They need more. They only get one for Ravage and a wall. Was there a buyback? There was from funzii. And as long as he buys back, that means this anti-mage can farm. Sockshka, look how quickly he leaves mid lane. Straight into the jungle for him. This is starting to feel like Dare are just not going to break through for that second set of racks.
I mean, I even say that mTw was happy with that fight. It was a 1-for-1 exchange, but they baited out some big AoE spells. And look, Sog is pushing the lane that the Radiant really wants to push into, so no more lane for being this one to push in. I think if they really want to force some issue, they could just storm in mid and do it that way. But I mean, top perhaps a little bit easier. Look at bot. funzii says, I don't care if you have great creeps there. I'm going to summon a couple of my creeps. Anti-mage, again, baiting out the entire enemy team by himself. He's now going to go back after Tron, basically 3 or 4 coming his direction. Now he's going to push mid now. It's just an endless cycle.
So frustrating to play against. I just can't emphasize enough. As a player, this is just one of the most excruciating things to deal with. And it's one of these situations where they haven't really made any big mistakes. It's just the nature of mTw's lineup, the nature of their draft. If you get to a certain point in the game, you build certain items on the Prophet, the anti-mage, this is what happens. Again, they haven't won the game yet. But it's certainly it's starting to look like Dare's game to sort of, they're going to have to wait for mTw to make a big mistake. Maybe if they can get a pick while the buyback for funzii is on cooldown, or if they can somehow kill the anti-mage twice, force out his buyback, but really it's going to be funzii. G catches out fckingmad, telekinesis, where's the vacuum? There you go. They find fckingmad, but it's only a Venomancer. Still, I say only, the Plague Wards were huge in slowing down that push top. Maybe they can go mid now. They certainly think so. Here we go.
Venomancer has buyback. I don't want to... And there you go.
Oh, come on, fckingmad. I feel for Dare right now. I'm not rooting for them, but I feel their pain, man. This is so painful.
Oh man, you can see that. The reason that Venomancer bought back so much earlier than he had to is because, well, he really had to buy back early to actually start setting up his wards. Venomancer is not one of those here that when he buys back, he will have immediate impact. He's somewhat of a slow starter, so he's going to have to come back early. And of course, he's a support, so using the buyback is no big deal. But despite being a support, Medallion Courage, Hood of Defiance, I think this is a good time to check out on farm. And let's do that right now. Double drums up on the Radiant, 2 Ultimate Orb as well, so double Grinsu rush, or not rush, but attempt here. We have the Shivas being finished, a pipe. Just no real big items being added on there. Meanwhile, on the Dire, that Midas, the longer the game is going, it's going to be more and more effective. Sokka already has a Mantis style finish, another 800 gold in the bank. And Synderen not having too much. Very surprisingly. Just not having too good of a game. Doesn't even have 4 staff.
You know, Dare is, you said they don't have any big items, and you're right, they're just so close. I feel like 3 minutes of farm. They have the Slice of Vice up on Artstyle. They have one up as well on G, who's sitting on 2,600 gold. He's got the Mystic Staff, just needs that Void Stone to complete the Slice of Vice. But if you go for that, if you farm that, this is an anti-mage with a Battle Fury. He's going to get probably his Reaver up, maybe even towards a hard up to Rask. And the same for the Prophet as well. Smoke Gang for mTw. They want to make something happen mid. Anti-Mage with the Manta style, with an Aegis, can be in the front lines, can be that initiator. Die once, come back to life and do it again. Sockshka, the perfect bait. Will Funnick bite? This fish is hungry, but he's not going to go in just yet.
He's so hungry that he could eat a plankton, and it looks like they do bite the bait, at least for now. He blinks and pops the Manta, mana being burned, Tornado, EMP, more mana will be burned, and the mana void's gonna be big. There's a free kill, and a smoke for a retreat. Anti-Mage blinks in, dispel the smoke, and that surge gonna run out very, very soon. Hasn't ran out, it feels like it's a forever. Funnick still alive, but the blinking, another blink, a surge back out, and he's gone.
He disconnected, he just stops moving for some reason, blinks in, catches out Mag, and mTw get a couple of kills. They don't even lose the Aegis on Anti-Mage, and now they're going to be pressuring mid. They may not get the racks. There's their buyback in Darkseer, no buyback on him. There comes the push bottom, so they're probably not going to, they're probably not going to get anything too big. The melee racks is already gone, so maybe they'll just keep on going. But either way, a big win for mTw in that fight. Sockshka, 1800 gold. Again, Aegis still available. Long range tornado from synderen. Not going to hit, but now they're knocking on the door. They want to bust through, and they might just be able to do it.
Well, that one thing they got to keep back in mind is that force that forward Ravager on everybody. Where's the follow-up? synderen dies immediately. Kebap, Hand of God, a little bit late. Hand of God. Oh, Kebap is going to survive just barely, though. Anti-Mage Illusions doing the big damage in this fight, and he's still very, very healthy. Blinks into the trees. Trees and anti-mages where you not want to be at fckingmad very low. It's going to survive. Oh, the blinking from G going to get the kill, but look at Sock. Nobody can kill him. Sock still chasing around, Finally, Anti-Mage blinks back out. Mac comes back. Where's the vacuum? Shiva's vacuum for the cancel on the TP. Funzii's gonna go down. Tier 2 racks, or excuse me, range racks was destroyed here in the base, as well as a lot of buildings. But as a return, what did the Dire get?
4 heroes actually die on mTw. They also lose an Aegis. That's a lot to give away, as well as a ranged Rax on top of it all. They did force out, I think, 1 or 2 buybacks from Dare. For me, the big thing there is a perfect Ravage by Tide and no Darkseer available to follow it up. Imagine for a second, Vacuum, Ion Shell, Shivas, as well as the Wall, all dropped on top of that Ravage. I think you're looking at nobody on Dare died, if not multiple heroes, if not a team wipe for mTw, I should say. And they're certainly not getting as many kills. In the end, Anti-Mage, yes, he loses the Aegis, but he gets 3,600 gold. Roshan is up. He could look towards it.
I don't think he even died there. He lost the Aegis because Roshan respawned, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I mean, it was a chaotic fight, so if he did die, sorry for missing that one. Sock's gonna TP, at least back home for now. He needs some mana. He is gonna go for a Mithril Hammer. BKB, wow. I really don't think he needed. I thought Reaver was almost for certain the choice, but apparently he needs magical immunity.
Well, I mean, you're up against the Darkseer, so if you get more HP, that means his illusions do. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't really know about that. EMP Tornado is going to hit G. Great blink away. Sockshka blinks in. Everybody will escape, it looks like, for Dare. But for me, this is the big point. They're the ones running right now.
It's such an... I don't really know where's your stance on this, right? BKB is great when you do pop it against Scythe of Ice, but it's a useless item, literally useless item when you don't. So, what do you think? Do you just want to get the raw HP heart? Like, basically tell them, you can Scythe me all you want. I'm not dying.
How confident are you in your reactions? I guess that's the big question.
Right.
Sockshka chewing away on Roshan. Speaking of Scythe of Ice, Artstyle gets caught out. Blinking by G, throws Sockshka up in the air. Ravage hitting well, but Artstyle will be the first to fall here, I believe. Yes, he goes down. Doesn't even pop the Scythe of Ice before doing so. Sockshka takes a fall. Immediate buyback from him. TP towards bottom, but he's got a long way to go to actually get into this fight. Anti-Mage buys back. That means time to run away, I believe. Goblik and Rubik run him down. In comes the AM. Sockshka thinking about an engagement. Not going to go. The Wall is keeping funzii back. He's not able to join the fight. synderen and Kebap. What a chaotic mess of an engagement. When it's all said and done, 2 for 1, and the Anti-Mage forced to buy back. Definitely a win for Dare, but it's all about Roshan. Whoever gets this is probably going to win the game, especially if it's the AM that gets it.
Is it a win for Dare? I'm not too sure because there's no Ravage, there's no Wall. As soon as mTw push out the mid lane, they could go right back in the pit. And I don't think Radiant is combat worthy combat capable at that point. But for now, Sock's going to get chased around the equilibrium on the mid lane, being a nuisance. But here comes a TP in from Prophet. They want to take this fight. Tornado is going to find Mac in there, blinking. Manta, Max block, he's Hex, gets forced that back out. Will that be enough? It looks like Sock is Hex as well. Mac's going to survive for now, no more Ravage. I think Sock, he's going to keep on chasing that blink, such a low cooldown. I think it's just smart to go back in the Roshan pit, but they want the hero kills. Blink back out. Man, retreat. Offense, defense is constantly being through. No being tossed up on the kill. Synderen's gonna get sent back. The vacuum on top of everybody. I take back my words. They are combat worthy completely indeed. Kebab's gonna go down. Artstyle just doing so much in these engagement with the constant pulse nova and the vacuum, the surge. It's quick cooldown spells, and they're making mTw pay.
During that time, the wall has cooled down, so they're gonna have one of their big AoE ultimates. And this one, this is the big damage dealer. Ravage will lock them in place, but Wall is what makes it very dangerous for mTw to fight. That means Aegis going the way of Dare. Who claims it here is the G. It's probably going to be Artstyle on that track, and I mean, this means 2 guaranteed lives with a lot of nuke damage potential. Can pretty much just leave Pulse Nova on permanently at this point. Sight the Vice, 4 Bloodstone Charge, he picks up the Aegis. I think you just go right now, right? You don't wait for them to respawn. You don't try and reset or reload. Just go all mid. Ravage will be up in 15 seconds. This is it for Dare. Do or die.
Yeah, I won't say do or die. Just try to do it. It's more like Dare. I mean, Dare's this lineup. We've been doubting the fact Dare is against a lineup that could push, counter push so hard and push all over the map. And you see again Anti-Mage doing that. I think perhaps we're underestimating Dare's late game capability. Look at Artstyle. At this point, he's so tank. And the Aegis only hurts that matter even more. Glyph gets used perhaps a little bit early, but it's going to be blocking a lot of the Edict damage for sure. And here we go, they're going to just tanking a lot of spell. fckingmad just drops his ultimate, but it's not going to do anything at this point. Funnick though, blink in from Sock, the wall gets dropped, the vacuum. Where's the Ravage? Funnick, oh, no Ravage just yet. fckingmad is going to go that Hand of God coming a little bit too late. Tower not getting focused upon. Sock is going to get sent back, he should be fine.
An army of anti-mages working for the Radiant side right now. And they're gonna back for the moment. The mech cooling down. Looking to go high ground again. They still have that Ravage. Great patience from Funnick. And now there's no Glyph. There's no anti-mage. Manta Cell for 5 seconds. This Rax is almost certainly gonna fall. Ravage, where is it? Funnick needs to drop it. Not drop it yet. Gush onto Sockshka. Ravage on 2. Just hitting Sockshka isn't enough. The Imp's chewing through him. He goes down. It's Goblin again. The big damage. Vacuum back. They won Synderen. They get Synderen. And Dare have done it. They finally smashed through those defenses. mTw just getting caught out a few too many times. Dare getting the Aegis on Artstyle. Not even needed in the end, but was there if they did. Dare take game 1. This is our final match of the day, coming up game number 2 of Dare versus mTw. Both of these teams, I wouldn't quite say in desperate need of a win, but definitely in strong need of one. They have not had a good start to the day, but one of them will be finishing pretty strong.
Bad stones. I don't even know what that means, but hopefully that means a good game 2 for us. Wow, I've learned so much casting this game. I thought they were out of it. They were basically suiciding for those Raxes, suiciding for the push, but the last push came much later. And they were fine, right? It was getting that double sight device, one on Rubik, one on Leshrac, that really sealed the deal. Anti-Mage, perhaps the right choice. He was going for the BKB, but he never got there. And that Mithril Hammer, seeing Lonely in inventory, in Anti-Mage's inventory, was not able to do too much. Dare takes this game, and we're going to go to game 2.